Hey guys, today we're going to look at the basic patterns in Strudel. So Strudel is a browser live coding music tool that we can write tiny patterns inside and they can loop. To play the code, you can press the play button or just press the control/command plus enter and the same for stop. So you start with writing. In Strudel, the speed of playing is in cycles. So we can set the speed as like this. So set CPM means cycles per minute. If you want it to feel like 128 BPM in 4 and 4, then we can write this, which is 128 divided by 4. So the 4 is the beats. And after that, we can add some simple patterns. So um, this sign here is the notation for a playing loop. So for example, we can have this. So S plays a sample's name. This is a mini notation. And BD is actually the bass drum or kick. And the multiplication by 4 means repeat 4 times evenly across the bar. So we can play that. Yeah, as you see, it plays kick on each beat. And after that, as I said, this sign here is actually it opens a channel or layer, and you can have many of them. So you can have multiple concurrent playing loops. And this dot gain sets the volume control. And after that, we can play around more. So we can have another loop. So like, as I said, S is for samples. And we can write something like this. You can have it without the setting of gain. It's fine. I'm just trying to control it more. So here, so if you don't want the previous one to play, so you just comment it out. And here, this sign here means a rest or a silence in the beat. So the SD means snare. So this pattern is what it means is actually silence, and snare. So I can play this. Yeah, so the snares are placed on beats 2 and 4. And after that, we can also experiment with hi-hats. So we can have this. For hi-hats, we want a lower. volume. So this means that it plays hi-hats and it hits 8 times per bar. So if I play it, for each bar it plays it for 8 times. And so this was the simple patterns for drums. Now we switch from drum samples to notes. So the S symbol for it was for playing a sample. We can also add notes. So for example, to do that, we can have something like this. So the notation is note, parenthesis. We can have some notes inside, even silence. So after choosing the notes, we can choose the shape of the sound as well. And we can have any modulation on that. So like low pass filter at frequency 700. And again, setting the gain volume. So this means that there is a playing note of C at octave 2, and then a rest, and then G1, and then rest. So sawtooth is a synth sound, and LPF is the low pass filter to keep it bassy. So if you play this, you can see how it sounds when it's playing. And after that, so we can alternate patterns every bar using angle brackets. So how it's actually done, let me comment out this. So what I mean is like assume playing of this sample like this, and we can have hi-hats 8 times per bar and then 16 times per bar. So we close the bracket, and then we have a gain modulation on that as 0.35. So this actually make the hats switching between the 8th notes to the 16th note every cycle. So uh, let's play that. Oh, I forgot to do that. Um, yeah, so this should be outside the bracket, and now it's fine. So if you see, it starts from hitting the hi-hats on every 8th notes, and then it continues on every 16th notes. So if you just want to mute this without commenting out, you can use underline before that. So it actually plays, but is kind of muted. So let's have this all. So we have, let me stop. We start from setting the CPM or cycle per minute, which here is 128 divided by 4. Then we can have our kick, and then we can have our snare on steps 2 and 4, and the kick is on every step. And after that, we can have hi-hats like this. This is, let me delete this and replace this with this one. So we have hi-hats first on 8th notes and then on 16th notes. And after that, we can have distinct playing. So if we play that all concurrently, it should be something like this. Um, yeah, so this is a simple pattern that I explained. And as you can note, this bracket thing here actually alternated the patterns across the same cycle. So it just creates a simple variation. And yes, after that, we can modify whichever parameters that you see. For example, we can set the tempo higher, like 140 instead. It should be something like this. And then um, we can have open hats as well. So we can add another playing loop for open hats. So we use sample as S notation, and then we have the same beats as the snare. So it's and then silence, and then open. And we set it as a really low volume as 0.2, and then we can play that. And also, we can experiment with the notes playing. So originally it was C2 and G1. So we can change that to C2 and BB1 instead. So with the same sawtooth, same gain and same low pass filter, then it would be something like this. That's it. We completed a simple pattern of drums and a bass. I hope you enjoyed the video.